What up, YouTube Elleix? Coming back at you with another Custom StarCraft 2 cast. If you are watching this in December, I am still on vacation. We're going to be watching some games from my live stream of the Custom Scion Races Skirmish Tournament. This is going to be a best of 3 series from round 4 featuring your mom and Stassin. So kick back, relax, and enjoy. Spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map, it's our green Chiron player, YourMom. I'm going to have too much fun with this name, man. And going up against his opponent, spawning on the top right-hand side of the map, it's our blue Genetron player, Stassin. So this is game number 1 of 3 for our best of 3 series, round 4 of the Custom Scion Races Skirmish. We'll see how this goes. Now we do have an edifice coming down for YourMom. Oh man, I'm trying so hard to be mature about this. And taking a look at what our Genetron player is up to, it looks like he's going for an expansion first. So he does have his node, but he's going for the processing core first. So he's going for a bit of a greedy opener, and it looks like YourMom is going to spot this. Potentially, yes, he is. For a second, I thought maybe he was going to stop at that Selnaga watchtower, but no, he's going to scout. He's going to see that his opponent is likely going for the processing core first if he notices this. It's kind of hard to tell what state these buildings are in, but this is a very, very greedy opener. YourMom should likely see this, and we'll see if he grounds Stassin for playing greedy. I had to say it, you guys. I had to say it. I'm not sorry. We do have what is some harassment coming down on this converter, but likely going to finish that citadel without getting killed because we have what is going to be the ACR now in the main base, scouting around, sees what is going to be an edifice and a sanctum. So this is our tier 1 structure. This is like a gateway, and then the edifice is like a gateway 1.5. So we have the pulsars that can come out of this thing. We have a little bit heavier units like tier 1.5. It's hard for me to even say 1.5, but we do have higher tier units, and we also have what is going to be the converter going down. So this ACR actually killing the converter. So I was wrong about this. So YourMom losing a converter, but ultimately the Citadel is not too delayed, but still that is annoying to lose a worker early in the game because now you know that you are technically behind, and the higher levels that really can make a difference. At this level of gameplay, I'm not so sure. I know Stassin's a really good player, but I've not done a cast featuring YourMom before. Oh no, I'm sorry, you guys. That was low. That was a dumb joke. Anyway, we are back. We are casting. So we do have what is going to be Stassin scouting around, seeing what is going to be nothing much at the third base location. It looks like that's what he was going to scout for, seeing how greedy YourMom is playing. Taking a look at the worker supply, 26 workers to 29. So Stassin just a little bit ahead in worker supply, but it's evening out. We do have what is going to be 8 army supply to 3 in favor of Stassin, though. So we'll see if Stassin tries to go for some sort of harassment. Taking a look at what Stassin's up to in his main base, we have what is going to be 2 manufacturers. We do have the relay tower, which I believe allows him to build the blitzers, which is what we're seeing coming out of these manufacturers, which do shoot up and down. And we have 2 blitzers at the front door. No, 3 blitzers at the front door of the natural base location. So Stassin playing a pretty solid opener, and we have what is going to be a third base coming down for YourMom. So YourMom seeing what was a greedy opener, and he's like, you know what, I can play my own greedy play, going for a third base at not even 4 minutes into the game. It's just about 4 minutes into the game. By the time this finishes, I want to say it's going to be like 4 minutes 45 seconds into the game, so before 5 minutes for sure. And we have what is going to be a Volt coming into scout, but we have what is going to be a lot of blitzers, man. The army supply is 20. It's 20 to 3, and yes, Zion Gaming, welcome Angel Technic. I love your name, by the way. But we have what is going to be a huge, huge push of blitzers coming in to attack what is potentially going to be the third base, but they're lagging. They're just chilling. They're like, hey, you know what? Let's just have a quick stand-up. We're going to see what we're going to actually do, and we have what is going to be the Volt going down at the third base location for Stassin. There's no third base coming down, though, and we have what is going to be the Citadel in danger. We'll see if YourMom's able to cancel this, but Stassin saying, you know what, I'm going to skip this, and we have what is going to be a shade of pariahs into these blitzers, but there's a lot of blitzers here, man. Army supply 28 to 9. We have another blitzer coming in. Another blitzer coming in. I would throw the cancel on this, YourMom. I would super throw down the cancel on this. There's no way that survives. Well, actually, you know what? Maybe we do have some good unit control, but at the same time, This is just so many blitzers. So this is game number 1 of 3. We'll see. We'll see if this Citadel gets canceled. And it looks like your mom refuses to cancel. He's like, I do not want to lose this. Man, you got to cancel this. That's 400 free minerals, bro. And he does. Great reaction time by your mom. I can't. Every time I say your mom, even if it's not a joke, I just want to laugh. But here we go. We have what is going to be a very scary army knocking at the front door of the Chiron's natural base. And here we go. These pariahs, though, able to chase away these blitzers, but taking a look at the mini-map, we have what is going to be more blitzers on the way with a couple ACRs likely to heal these units or maybe even throw down some sort of static defense or static harassment. Doing your mom. Yes, Angel Technic. Oh, that's funny. I can't with this. Your mom trying very hard to stay in this game. We do have the third base finished up for Stassin. It's not quite saturated yet based on what I'm seeing on the mini-map. We have what is going to be halfway saturation on this base, and now we have what is going to be a pretty big army, but the army supply is also growing for your mom. Your mom is having a rough time. Oh, no. Your mom, if you see this cast, this is all in good fun because your name is absolutely hilarious, and I love it. Now, it looks like the game is slowing down. Stassin is waiting till the rest of his army comes down to hopefully for him destroy this third base once more. But hopefully for your mom, that does not happen. Army supply is virtually double, just over double for Stassin though. So we have a lot of blitzers, and I've seen a lot of games with the Custom Scion Races mod where the player would go full blitzer and totally win, because the blitzer, once you get to critical mass, is actually really good. They shoot up and down. They have their overdrive ability. It's not called overdrive. I can't remember what it's called, but they have their I think maybe it is called overdrive. I don't know. Solstice, if you're in the chat, let me know. Supercharge, thank you, Angel Technic. Supercharge, their supercharge ability, which does increase their DPS for a short time. It does use the shared Genetron energy, though, and unfortunately in this UI, we can't really see it. So we don't know exactly how much energy Stassin has at his disposal, but he does potentially have the option to use Supercharge. And yes, Angel Technic, thank you for letting me know. The Aquila also has it. The Aquila is a really expensive unit to build in mass, but they're one of my favorite units because they are really strong. We have a big warp-in of those pariahs, though, able to take out a lot of those blitzers. Taking a look at the resources lost, though, 2,000, 2,500 almost resources lost by our green Genetron player, by your mom, and 900 resources lost by Stassin. So Stassin is definitely ahead in this game. Taking a look at the army supply, 66 army supply to 53, 72. Oh, wait, sorry, that's the worker supply. 74 army supply to 41. Schwab saying your mom getting harassed nonstop with a sad face, and oh man, I can't with this. Your mom, I love your name so much. It's allowing for so much banter, man. I love it. But we do have what is going to be some pariahs. We have 4 pariahs running around to do some harassment behind this. We do have another warp and another surround on these blitzers. So these pariahs doing a lot of work to split this army in half, but now we also have the Insiders. Now, the Insider is a unit we don't see too often in the Custom Scion Races mod. It's a really cool unit. It's like, think of a Reaper, but a machine. So this thing can jump cliffs, and it also has an ability that does splash damage. I can't remember what the ability is called, but it basically jumps on top of the army and does damage where it jumps. But they do a lot of DPS, and here we go, though. These pariahs doing a lot of work. I really don't know. I think the Chiron's coming out ahead in this engagement. Taking a look at the mini-map, those pariahs are not doing anything, so I don't see the pariahs on the blue Genetron side of the map. And thank you, Angel Technic. Yes, so this Insider, their main attack also does splash damage, so they are just a really cool, really unique unit. We don't see any machines in StarCraft 2 and vanilla StarCraft 2 that really jump cliffs. Yes, we do have the Colossus that walks cliffs, but nothing that really jumps cliffs. So I think it's a really cool, really unique unit. Now we have what is going to be the 4th base location in a little bit of danger. Actually, I think this was the 3rd base technically, but we have what is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 bases for our blue Genetron player, and we have what is going to be a 4th base coming down for our green Chiron player as well. So the game's evening out. Worker supply is in favor of Stassin, though. So I'm reading the chat. Angel Technic is giving us some information here. So he's saying its ability can be used anywhere. but he never knew if it did damage on impact. So I think it does do damage on impact. I haven't really played a lot of Genetron games featuring the Insider, though. I don't really use it too often, so I don't remember. Solstice, if you're in the chat, let us know, but I'm pretty sure its jump ability, not its basic movement ability, it actually has a jump ability where it can jump into the army and do some damage. But yeah, it's a really cool ability. And the unit design itself, I mean, look at this thing. This thing is so unique. It has like a little cockpit. It is so cool. You can like, I don't know if you can see. I mean, they're technically like an all robotic race, so it shouldn't have a pilot, but it looks like it could, which I think is really cool. It's like a car. Look at that little window. But I think those are eyes, actually. If we're talking about like canonical accuracy, that wasn't a word, but you know, I mean, I guess it's technically a word. Anyway, we are back to casting. Your mom has what is going to be the 4th base in trouble. This is the entire Genetron army. This Citadel will likely melt. Genetron, aka the self-driving car uprising. Honestly, though, this is what Elon Musk wants to happen. And Google, to be honest. Google loves them some self-driving cars. So, the reason people tend to build so many repair units, in my opinion, is the Fixer. It's not only like a Genetron medic, but it also does damage. So, it's a really good utility / offensive unit. So, this thing can actually do damage, and they are super cool. And we have what is going to be the Genetron army doing crazy damage. We have the 4th base that went down, but we have what is going to be a huge warping of pariahs. But the pariahs do go down, unfortunately. We also have the Virtus. Your mom throwing out the GG, giving the victory to Stassin. So, the first game of this series goes to Stassin. We'll see who wins game number 2, which will start momentarily. Stassin did win game number 1, so if your mom is able to pull through, we will be seeing game number 3. If not, Stassin will have won this best of 3 series. So, spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, it's our green Chiron player, your mom, going up against his opponent, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map. Stassin playing the blue Zerg. I'm taking a look at the chat. So, Eggs played Zayed. So, it's possible he played Zayed. I actually didn't see. I haven't looked at the state of the skirmish yet. I've just been casting it. So, I haven't looked. I really should. Once this series is done, I'll go ahead and take a look and see what Eggs did. But we do have an edifice coming down for your mom. yeah, and the actual blue Zerg. So this isn't exclusively the Custom Scion races. You can play the vanilla StarCraft races as well. So as long as all players are cool with it, you know, it's fine. But it's going to be potentially in favor for the players playing the vanilla races, because they will consequently have a lot more experience playing the vanilla races. So, your mom throwing down an early enough expansion. We do have what is going to be a hatchery coming down for our blue Zerg player as well. We have a spawning pool followed by this. So, this is a hatchery first play coming down for Stassin. I can't remember what league Stassin's in, but I think he's at least Masters, if I'm not mistaken. So we have what is going to be the single edifice. We don't have any sanctum or anything like that yet coming down for your mom. We also don't have any gas coming down for your mom either. Your mom does not have gas. I had to do it. I'm sorry. So we have what is going to be the scout just chilling in on the Zerg side of the map. And we have what is going to be an overlord coming down, a Sloverlord coming down to check out what your mom's doing. I promise I'm an adult. Now we have what is going to be the sanctum coming down. We have another edifice coming down. So your mom is going to have some pretty good macro moving forward into the early game. He doesn't have a wall though. So if Stassin gets speedlings, this is going to be a lot of trouble for our green Chiron player. And KVZ does get nuts, Angel Technic. It really does. I've seen some really wild games. I think one of my earliest Custom Scion Races games was Chiron versus Zerg, and it was absolute insanity. We have a couple Zerglings coming down. So as soon as Stassin sees that there's no wall, I expect to see some speedlings. We do have Zergling speed on the way, so this is potentially going to be brutal if your mom is not able to wall off. And yes, we actually did see some echo harassment in the last round, I believe. Not in the last round between your mom, obviously, but the last series I just did a cast on just like 20 minutes ago, we saw some echo harassment. It was actually insane. But here we go. We have the Zerglings, and they see that there's no wall for the green Chiron player. So here we go. The Pulsar able to take out 2 of those Zerglings, but they have all the information they need. Taking a look at the production, we also have a Baneling nest that's finishing up. So we might see some intense harassment coming down for game number 2 from Stassin. And your mom, he really needs to wall off, especially after getting scouted. All he has to do is throw down some production in his natural base location, or if he doesn't feel like doing that, he could wall off the ramp to his main base, but that does leave his natural base exposed, and I'm really concerned. We have 16 Zerglings on the way. So what did I say? As soon as a Zerg sees that there's an open door, they take it. I've never played a game against Zerg where I played risky and didn't wall off, and they didn't punish me for it. So Stassin, I think, is looking to punish this, and here we go. We have a lot of Speedlings on the way. So what did I tell you guys, man? Oh, no. Your mom is in trouble, bro. We have what is going to be a kind of this, this isn't a wall. I wanted to say it was like half a wall. It's not even half a wall. So he does see that Zergling speed is finished, and we have a bunch of Zerglings on the map. We don't have any Banelings in production just yet. Taking a look at the units, we have 26 Zerglings, and that's it. Production, we don't have any Banelings on the way, but we have what is going to be a couple pulsars being built. And the pulsars do a lot of damage, so it's possible. It's possible with enough pulsars, and maybe these guys could wall this off. I think they're wide enough. I think 2 of them could wall off the natural, not the natural base location, the main base ramp. The natural base location, though, is definitely vulnerable, and we have is going to be, I think that was 8 Banelings on the way. Taking a look at the units, we have 8 Banelings on the field now, bro. Oh, no. So we have what is going to be a big Baneling bust. Not even a bust, just a Baneling push, and potentially to the natural base location to clean up this mineral line, or even to the main base. But what I would do with the Banelings is run to the natural base. Now, we did have the modified gate for the Volt, so they will move a little faster, but I really don't think it matters. Stassin, though, is not pushing as early as I thought he would. So this is buying your mom some time, and your mom actually pushing out, destroying some of the Banelings. These Banelings running away. Taking a look at the production tab, we have 16 more Zerglings on the way. So Stassin did not run into the mineral line. What I would have done is just immediately run the Zerglings to the mineral line, just on like a suicide mission, because that's what you should do if you see that the main base is not walled off. Just destroy as much of the economy for your opponent as possible. But now we have what is going to be a big push. Army supplies 40 to 20 in favor of our green Chiron player, but we had some big Baneling hits, and suddenly now it's 26 army supply to 25, but most of that army supply for the Chiron is back home. Solstice saying this is why people don't link flood Chiron, and yes, the Chiron do a lot of damage to the Banelings and the Zerglings, so your mom is still very much in this game. I was stressing. I had some PTSD. I was like, hey, look, like I've seen what Zerg can do against a race that has not walled off their base. But it doesn't seem like this is the case today for game number 2 of round. I think we're at round 4 or 5. I can't even remember. I have to double check, but I'm multitasking too much, you guys. But we have what is a pretty decent Chiron army, kind of in the middle of the map, but a little bit out of position. Taking a look at the units, we have what is going to be 15 roaches, and we have 1 crux, 4 pulsars, and 10 volts. Army supply is in favor of Stassin, but Stassin is supply blocked. So army supply is 45 to 25, worker supply virtually even. Now, taking a look, we have a big warpin of volts. We have a couple pulsars as well. So your mom playing a pretty good game, not gonna lie. I'm trying so hard not to make your mom jokes. It's actually causing me pain. But we do have what is going to be a 3rd base coming down for your mom. We have a 4th base coming down for the Zerg. So worker supply is still relatively even. Taking a look at the units lost. Okay, here we go. So 0 workers killed, 45 units killed by green, and 20 by blue. And here we go. We have what is going to be a little push, but the main Chiron army is back home, likely to make sure that there's no weirdness coming from the Zerg side of the map. And we have what is going to be the Chiron scouting around. Will spot this hatchery. The hatchery does finish, so the option to cancel it is not here, but these guys are on creep, so it's possible. It's possible the Zerg can save this, but taking a look at the mini-map, the main army is coming towards the natural base location, and this is a lot. This is a lot of roaches, man, but the fourth base will go down for the Zerg, but at the cost of, I want to say, the entire Chiron army, and this is rough. The army supply is now 66 to 42. And the Vault's trying to do something. This Umbra is stuck behind them, though. Actually able to do a lot of damage. So the Roaches running away. The fourth base does go down for the Zerg, and now we have the Vaults intercepting the retreating Roaches, and now we suddenly have a huge Vault army backed by this Umbra. Taking a look at the resources lost, 6,200 resources lost to 5,200, so a 1,000 resources lost deficit exactly by the Zerg. And here we go. We have what is going to be a big push at the third base location. We do have the Hydralisks finished, though. Their DPS is insane, and they're on creep, so they can move faster as well. The green Chiron army deciding to retreat, and I think taking a look at the workers killed, no workers killed hardly in this game. So taking a look at the resources lost as well, I want to say YourMom came out ahead in this engagement, because we have what was the fourth base that did go down, and the Chiron did manage to survive as well, which I'm kind of surprised by. I'm not gonna lie, that was a lot of roaches, and when I see that many roaches, usually I lose the game, but not in the case for YourMom. And here we go. The game is slowing down just a little bit. We have 3 roaches chilling at the fourth base location, likely trying to spot if there's any weirdness coming down for the green Chiron player, but nothing is going to happen here. So they are chilling. They are on vacation. And now we have what is the third base in danger. This is a big Zerg army, though. Army supply is 68 to 52. So the Chiron player has to be careful running around on creep, because this will allow the Zerg to intercept very quickly. And here we go. Great movement by YourMom, though. But a good surround by Stassin as well. I think this may be a little bit of an overextension by the blue Zerg player, though, losing the majority of his army right there. Stassin throwing out the GG, giving game number 2 to YourMom. So we are going to go to game number 3 for this best of 3 series. Here we go. We have game number 3 getting started. Both players throwing out the GLHF. Stassin, YourMom spawning on the bottom right-hand side of the map, going up against Stassin, spawning on the top left-hand side of the map, this time playing the Genetron. So YourMom was the green Chiron player last game, and he's still playing the green Chiron, but now Stassin, instead of playing the Zerg, is going to be playing the Genetron. So let's see how this game goes. Game number 3. In my experience playing tournaments, always a very stressful time. We'll see how these players handle it. We have an edifice coming down for YourMom, and we have what is going to be the node finishing up in the back of Stassin's mineral line. We'll see what he decides to do. Where's he? Okay, so he's likely going to be going for an early expansion for a second. For a second, I thought maybe he was going to go for a proxy, but he would have sent over an ACR to the other side of the map at this point. So it looks like this may be a processing core first coming down from Stassin. And it is now. Taking a look at what our green Chiron player is up to, throwing over a scout. We do have the edifice finishing up, and we do have what is potentially going to be an early expansion coming down for the green Chiron player as well. And we have what is the ACR coming down to scout the green Chiron side of the map, and we have the manufacturer walling off the natural base location for our blue Genetron player. This doesn't necessarily rule out any sort of 2-base all-in shenanigans, but for some reason, I'm getting macro vibes. I think this game's going to be a macro game. Let me know what you think in the chat or in the comments if you are watching this on YouTube. And here we go. We do have a little bit of harassment, and this will stall the Citadel for just a little bit. We have another attempt at building this, and we have what is going to be this converter. What I would do, oh, very close, very close. The converter is damaged, though, so YourMom will be able to kill this thing. But that harassment is still annoying because now we have three converters that are not mining. Now they're mining. At least 2 of them are mining. But taking a look at what the Genetron is up to, we have what is going to be 3 manufacturers. So you know what? Maybe this is going to be some sort of 2-base all-in, because that's kind of aggressive on the manufacturers, I feel like. And we have, what is this? An analysis terminal. So this will allow the Genetron to build blitzers. We have 1 Spitfire on the way. Taking a look at what the Chiron is up to. We don't have any army supply yet, but we do have the edifice. So we have another edifice building. We have a sanctum that's already built. This will allow him to build pulsars, and we have 1 edifice already finished. And, oh, no, never mind. We have 2 vaults. So we already have 2 vaults on the map. And we have what is going to be another edifice building. So both players are really evenly matched, I want to say. We have 3 more Spitfires on the way. Taking a look at the worker supply, identical, 27 to 27. Army supply 8 to 3. Slight lead for Stassin, but this early in the game, that doesn't matter too much. And we have what is going to be an outfitting station being built as well. This will give Stassin some more tech options. So we'll see. We'll see how this game goes. It's starting to look like a macro game. I'm going to be honest. We do have what's going to be 3 vaults moving around. Oh, is your mom going for an early 3rd base? I think he is. So he's for sure going for the macro play. He's going to be 1 base ahead. Your mom really likes doing Chiron bio builds. Yeah, the Chiron bio build is pretty easy to open with the edifice, and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how he plays going into the late game. We'll see if he stays with that bio build. The vaults in numbers are pretty good because they do shoot up and down. And yes, Schwab. Yeah, the vault is like a bio unit, and there he is, cute little guy. He reminds me of something from like Portal or something. I don't know why. But this Vault actually doing a good job at scouting, keeping an eye on the potential 3rd base location, but it's also possible that Stassin will expand here, and it looks like he will. Actually, what is moving there? And it looks like that converter, actually, wait a minute, no, the converter is moving here. So he's actually going for that top kind of right-hand side-ish of the map for going for that 3rd base, but he did take out the Vault, but I think your mom noticed what was going on, so he can discern that there's probably a 3rd base coming down for our blue Genetron player. But taking a look at army supply, it's actually in favor of Stassin, 24 to 16. Not too crazy though. We do have 2 pulsars and we have some vaults, and it looks like they're moving in preemptively to accidentally engage this blue Chiron army. But we do have fixers here. We have the Spitfires and we have 2 blitzers. So this is going to be a close engagement. But I feel like the Chiron is going to come out ahead as long as he doesn't move command his units. But he did lose a lot of pariahs there. And we have what is going to be another fixer. And look at him run. He's trying to do his job. He's like, wait up, you guys. I'm trying to make sure you guys stay alive. And we have what is a big engagement, a little skirmish for the Custom Scion Races Skirmish. And if you're taking a look at the mini-map, so it looks like this Chiron player able to take out the blue Genetron army. Your mom able to save this. And we did see what was a little bit of harassment at the 3rd base location. I think that was a Volt or a Pariah. I'm not so sure, but it did go down. And it looks like your mom is going for the counter attack. We do have 3 fixers right here, though, and they are ready to attack. So take a look. They have this like little single shot kind of like semi-auto ability, which is really cool. We also have the processor. So the processor is like an uncloaked high-speed observer. It is a super cool unit, and it also recharges units, I believe. Now we do have a lot of pariahs. Taking a look at the army supply, 11 army supply to 19 in favor of Stassin. Taking a look at the workers killed, no workers killed this game. Taking a look at the resources lost, also virtually even, 1250 versus 1375. Schwab, oh no, he's making a move on your mom, and yes, he is. Now we have your mom making a move on Stassin as well. Risque, also forcing the worker pull from the 3rd base location of Stassin. And Stassin, I think, maybe going for kind of a base race situation. We do have the courier, which is a cloaked dropship, a potentially cloaked dropship, and it looks like the 3rd base will go down. We do have what is the 4th base, which will turn into the 3rd base. I wonder if Stassin may be able to save this, though. These pariahs doing a lot of damage, and at the same time, we have, I think the courier went down. No, the courier is still alive, but this is a pure push of fixers. That is hilarious, and able to save his processing core as well. So Stassin multitasking like a madman. And the fact that the Fixer is literally like a healing unit and able to do this is kind of hilarious to me. But your mom finding themselves in trouble. And this courier just chilling, not doing any sort of micro. And I think these Fixers will go down, but we have a lot more Fixers on the way. And we have the Badger, which is the capital ship for the Genetron. And they have like a Gatling gun versus ground, and I think like a missile versus anti-air. So this Badger will be able to do a lot of damage, and this is not cloaked. This is like a shell. So this increases the Badger's survivability as long as the Genetron has enough shared energy. But the Badger Rush, let's go. And this is kind of a Badger Rush. We have another Badger on the map as well. No production from your mom throwing out the GG, giving the series to Stassin. What a wild best of 3 series from these players. All right, you guys, that is the live stream cast for today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please consider shooting me a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want me to cast any of your own custom StarCraft 2 games, I will leave my email and Discord in the description below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.